You realize you stepped in human shit, and your dog's like, what the fuck are you bringing in the house?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I found out that in Skid Row, they've found some medieval diseases. I think they found typhoid in Skid Row. See if that's true. Typhus, that's right. Which is just nuts, man. That is like a medieval disease. And it came back in the day. Look, if you go back to ancient societies before they had indoor plumbing, people just shat out in the streets. They shat in buckets and they threw it out into the streets.
Oh, my God.
They had public outhouses. In New York City, in like the 1800s, they had public outhouses where people would go out there and just shit. Damn. And they had these tenement buildings where everybody's stacked on top of each other, just living in each other's shit. Oh, my God. 2019, so who knows what there's now. Inside the squalor on Skid Row as typhoid scare grips Los Angeles. Fucking typhoid. Look at that.
Good God. What's that? What
the
is
crazy
that
thing about Skid Row, dude, Skid Row was really bad when I was filming Fear Factor. Skid Row was really bad. I had no idea. It was never discussed. It was not a thing that anybody talked about.
Right.
We were filming downtown in like 2000. Fear Factor started in 2001, so it's somewhere after that. And we're downtown. So it's way before the pandemic, way before anything. And I remember I drove down these streets, and one of the streets was like Skid Row. I was like, holy shit. Just row after row of people camping and living in washing machine boxes and refrigerator boxes and just open air drug use and zombies wandering down the street. Thousands of people. Like, you can't believe it. And that was engineered.
Yeah.
Skid Row was engineered. Skid Row was a place where cops would take people that were derelicts and all fucked up, and they were in the way in Beverly Hills. Just bring them to Skid Row, get out of here. Yeah. And they kept them in there.
Oh, yeah.
And they put the treatment places there and the food shelters there and the homeless shelters there, and like, stay here.
Crazy.
And so they all stayed there. They don't have any cars. Where are they going to go?
When I moved to LA right out of high school, my brother told me, you don't need to go downtown unless you absolutely have to go downtown. Like, that's it. You can go west, you can go all the way to the ocean, but
don't go downtown.
East is not the place to go. You can go north, kind of. You can
it's the
kind
only
of go south.
major city where downtown's a disaster.
And that's exactly what I thought. But all it took was it wasn't long after that where I missed the bus stop or something like that, and the whole thing fucking drops you off there. And yeah, that was...
It almost came back. Downtown almost came back. Downtown was starting to get gentrified or, established, whatever you want to call it, where they were putting businesses in a lot of these abandoned places. And it was starting to become kind of cool again. And, a bunch of places opened there. It was like a bunch of cool bars and cool restaurants, and 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu's in downtown. And it's like, it started to become a fun, exciting place to be. But then the pandemic and all that progress that they had just fucking collapsed upon itself. And now it's just scary again. Yeah. All of LA is weird now. All of LA has a weird vibe to it. It's a different place. I always say it's like, if there was this girl that you used to date a long time ago and she was really cute, and then you ran into her today and she's on meth and she works for the cartel.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, what happened to you?
Yeah.
What happened to you?
My neighbor, I talked to for the first time in a long time, my neighbor from LA, who we lived in the same building for years and years, told me the other day, he goes, yeah, it's a lot better now. Our little neighborhood is a lot better now. It's like cleaned up. And I thought to myself, it's 3 years later, 3 full years since I've been out of there. And, what I was also thinking is like the vulnerability. You're right there. It's the same thing, but that happened there. Yeah. So how can you trust it again? Because I think I mentioned this on the show before, but I was like in it, man.
Yeah.
We were in it. And I told him, because again, I haven't talked to him in years. I'm like, man, I'll never forget that fucking night, because him and I walked out to the actual cross streets of Fairfax and 3rd right after the big riots. And like, there was graffiti everywhere. It really took me back talking with him about it. Because, people say it's like the end of the Joker movie and things like that, but it was really like the end of the Joker movie. And it's not a zoo or an amusement park. You're waiting to see like a line of people or people taking pictures or but it was real. It was like a Universal Studios ride. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Remember, it was either the 101 or the 10 that had those cop cars that were on fire, like a bunch of them. Remember watching that?
Yeah.
And you go,
and that's your way out.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's like a movie scene.
Yeah.
You're like, no way. Look at all these cop cars on fire.
Yeah. There was when we went out there on that big night, the Trader Joe's that's behind us was on fire. The paper source across from that had its glass broken out and people just running around, putting fucking birthday cards into bags and just running to cars that had no license plate. One after the other after the other. People running from every direction. Yeah. You were hearing broken glass from different distances. You're like, oh God, that's right here. Oh shit, there they are.
Yeah.
Going into this.
I saw one in Woodland Hills. They smashed into this clothes store. They were running into this clothes store. And we were driving by. We're like, holy shit, look at that.
Yep.
They just smashed the window and they were running inside of it.
And that night they had helicopters over Melrose, if you remember, because a couple places were completely on fire that big night. And the helicopters were filming all the different looting. And that was another one of my hoods, was fucking all of that. And the big things on fire, and then you're watching them empty, and you know the people's faces. You know who owns those businesses. You go, hey, Matt, hey, Tony, how's it going? Good to see you, grabbing a coffee, whatever. Like neighborhood friends, everything. The coffee shop, the fucking watch repairman, the fucking every job, dry cleaner, all these people, all those relationships. And you're watching shit get taken out, their windows are broken, and people are just taking shit.